Atlanta has always been messy, but nothing prepared the city for the explosion that hit when Imani, the daughter of Scrappy and Erica Dixon, finally let the world know exactly how she felt about her stepmother Bambi. For years the tension was obvious: little bits of shade on social media, stiff moments on reunion stages, awkward family dynamics that fans could feel but nobody ever confirmed. But when Imani sat down with Regina Carter for an interview, everything changed in Baby. It wasn't tea, it was straight fire poured onto a foundation already cracking. Imani didn't blink, didn't stutter, and didn't sugarcoat a single word. She looked directly into the camera and delivered the line that set Atlanta on fire. "That lady. We don't say the names of people we don't like." In 1 second, the internet froze, then erupted. Clips went viral across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and suddenly that lady wasn't just a clapback, it was the headline of the week. Fans didn't treat that lady like a throwaway moment. It became a movement. People put it in their bios, captions, tweets, and edits. Even Regina Carter, daughter of Toya Johnson and Lil Wayne, switched gears instantly in that interview. She laughed, leaned in, and repeated Imani's words with a smile. "All right then, that lady." Everyone watching felt the shift in that moment. Imani wasn't the quiet kid stuck between Scrappy, Erica, and Bambi's never-ending drama. She was sharp, grown, and fearless, setting her boundaries in front of millions, and this wasn't her first time speaking up. Years back, she went live on Instagram to clap back at questions about Bambi. Fans remember it clearly how she rolled her eyes and said, "Stop asking me about my stepmom. Do you see me posting with her? Do you see me around her? No. So stop asking." At the time, people brushed it off as teenage rebellion. But now the interview revealed the truth. It wasn't rebellion, it was loyalty. Imani made it plain: "You disrespected my mama. You disrespected my daddy. And when you disrespect them, you disrespect me." That wasn't shade, that was family honor. And the internet devoured it. Blogs lit up with titles like "Imani refuses to say Bambi's name," and hashtags started trending. Hashtag that lady. Hashtag respect Imani. The narrative flipped overnight. For years, Imani was treated like collateral damage in the ongoing war between Scrappy, Erica, and Bambi. But now she was taking control, rewriting her own story. And fans crowned her the realest voice in the room. Of course, Bambi wasn't going to let that slide. She jumped on live, trying to defend herself, claiming her problems with Erica Dixon were caused by things Imani supposedly said. But instead of sympathy, fans dragged her for dragging a teenager into grown folks' mess. Comments flooded timelines. "No adult should weaponize a child's words, even if they vent. You're supposed to know better." Just like that, Bambi shifted from stepmother to scapegoat. And when excuses failed, Bambi tried another tactic: music. She dropped a diss track, laced with subliminals towards Scrappy, side shots at Erica Dixon, and veiled disrespect to the parents who raised Imani. But here's the kicker: it flopped hard. When Imani was asked about it, she didn't rant or argue. She smirked and delivered the line that finished the job. It only had 11 streams instantly. 11 streams became the internet's favorite joke. Memes spread like wildfire, dragging anyone with a flop project in one breath. Imani turned Bambi's attempt at shade into a global punchline. And while Bambi stumbled through flop music, Scrappy played the long game. No clapbacks, no Instagram lives, no subliminals. He hit the stage city after city, stacking money, performing for fans, and showing the difference between chasing clout and chasing the bag. Fans praised Scrappy for keeping it professional, while dragging Bambi for sinking in drama. But the most painful part came when Imani revealed what hurt her the most. She admitted that during her prom, one of the most important milestones of her life, Bambi chose to stir up drama on social media instead of letting her enjoy her night. Imani said it felt like sabotage, like Bambi wanted to steal a joy that could never be replaced. Prom only happens once, and instead of celebrating, she was stuck dealing with public mess. Fans were livid. Even in reality TV, there are lines you don't cross. And stealing a child's milestone for attention was unforgivable. That's when Erica Dixon stepped up. Glowing with pride for her daughter, she went live, praising Imani for speaking her truth with respect but also with raw honesty. She told the world, "We didn't give her a choice about growing up in the spotlight." But still, she came out with character and grace. The comments overflowed with love. Fans called Erica a strong mother, crediting her for raising a daughter who was loyal, fearless, and unapologetic. After years of being dismissed as bitter, Erica stood vindicated, with her daughter's strength shining as living proof. And right on cue, Mama D stepped into the chaos. The queen of one-liners, sipping from her infamous goblet, didn't need to say Bambi's name. With one smirk, she hinted that Bambi was never really family, that her presence was about clout, not love. Fans erupted, riposting her shade, turning her words into memes and crowning her the messiest queen of them all. But beneath the laughs, the deeper truth was clear. Imani admitted that as a child she had no voice. She had to stay silent while adults turned her life into a storyline. Now grown and unafraid, she was done holding back. Her shade wasn't just petty, it was survival. It was the voice of someone refusing to be silenced any longer. By the close of part 1, the battle lines were crystal clear. Imani stood tall, refusing fake peace with someone who had disrespected her family. Bambi was spiraling, looking more guilty with each excuse. Scrappy kept stacking his bag, unbothered by the circus. Erica Dixon beamed with pride as her daughter thrived in truth. And Mama D laughed from her throne, sipping her goblet and keeping the drama alive. The streets knew one thing: this wasn't the end. If anything, it was just the beginning. Because when the children start talking, the lies that adults built their reputations on begin to crack. And in Atlanta, nothing falls apart quietly. That's when Erica Dixon rose like a queen, watching her daughter step into her own crown. Erica went live, glowing with pride, her voice steady but filled with emotion. She praised Imani for refusing to bend, for standing firm in her truth without faking smiles or playing politics. She told her followers, "My daughter didn't choose the spotlight, we put her here." But even under all that pressure, she grew up strong, loyal, and honest. The comment section lit up with love. Fans flooded Erica with flowers and heart emojis, calling her a great mother and applauding her for raising a daughter fearless enough to call out disrespect. For Erica, this wasn't just Imani's win, it was her own redemption. After years of being painted as bitter, Erica Dixon now stood tall, validated by the loyalty and courage of her daughter. And then came Mama D, swooping in with her signature chaos, and a smirk that could slice glass, holding her infamous goblet. She hinted without hesitation that Bambi never truly belonged, that her presence was always about clout, never about love, coming from anyone else. Those words might have been dismissed, but when Mama D speaks, Atlanta listens. Fans clipped her lines, added music, and spread them like wildfire in her hands. The feud wasn't just family drama anymore, it became a cultural event. But underneath all the laughs, a deeper truth cut through. Imani revealed that as a child, she had been voiceless, she had swallowed feelings, watched in silence while adults used her life as a storyline. Unable to clap back or set boundaries. Now grown, she refused to be anyone's pawn. Her decision not to even say Bambi's name wasn't petty, it was survival. It was the ultimate boundary. You don't get access to me anymore. Fans felt it instantly. They saw not just shade, but strength. Meanwhile, the adults around her began to look small. Bambi scrambled, spinning excuse after excuse, her credibility fading with every word. Scrappy, in contrast, looked elevated, focused on his bag, on his career, on staying above the noise. Erica Dixon glowed with pride as her daughter embodied every lesson she had fought to instill. And Mama D? She leaned back, laughed, and sipped her drink, reminding everyone that messy will always be her kingdom. By the close of part 2, the battle lines weren't blurry anymore. The streets were locked on Imani's side, blogs dragged Bambi with horse memes, timelines filled with 11 streams jokes. And what started as shade had escalated into an all-out cultural war. But if anyone thought the saga had reached its peak, they were mistaken. In Atlanta, secrets don't stay buried, they come flooding out. Even after Imani's viral "that lady" moment, blogs refused to let the story rest. Old clips of Bambi resurfaced mocking Erica, boasting about being the real wife, dismissing Imani as a child who didn't know better. Those clips aged like spoiled milk, with Imani's side of the story out. Every video became fresh evidence against her stepmother. Comments poured in, "This didn't age well. That lady energy." Memes of horses galloped across feeds, dragging Bambi deeper into the mud. In one desperate attempt to rewrite the story, Bambi sat down with a smaller platform for a long interview, trying it all: tears, half apologies, playing the victim. But fans weren't buying it. They remembered the diss track. They remembered the prompt sabotage. They remembered her dragging a teenager into adult drama. And above all, they remembered Imani's calm dignity. The contrast was to sharp. Bambi looked desperate, Imani looked powerful. The public had made its choice then. Quietly but powerfully, Scrappy broke his silence at a tour stop in the middle of his set. He paused, looked into the crowd, and dropped one line: "Family over everything. Don't ever let nobody come between you and your kids." The crowd erupted. It wasn't a direct name drop, but everyone knew exactly who he meant. That one sentence went viral, proving yet again that silence followed by one strong statement can cut deeper than hours of ranting online. Meanwhile, Erica Dixon took her victory lap. She posted throwback photos of herself and Imani, writing about loyalty, survival, and strength. She didn't mention Bambi, she didn't need to. Fans filled the comments with love, thanking her for raising a daughter strong enough to speak truth with courage. For Erica, this wasn't just another feud, it was a rewriting of her story. She wasn't bitter anymore. She was vindicated. And of course, Mama D couldn't resist stretching the finale into her own theater show. She went live, goblet in hand, declaring, "You can't play queen when you was never royal to begin with." The internet lit up instantly. Fans begged her for a full YouTube recap, knowing that when Mama D tells it, it becomes gospel. With her commentary, the whole saga wasn't just family chaos, it was reality TV history being written in real time. But beyond the shade, the memes, and the viral moments, the impact of Imani's voice was undeniable. She had turned a personal boundary into a global movement. That lady wasn't just about Bambi anymore, it became a rallying cry. For anyone ready to cut off fake love, fans used it to drag toxic exes, shady coworkers, even their own family drama. What started as teenage frustration had become cultural shorthand for reclaiming your peace. By the end of part 3, the scoreboard was clear. Imani had earned respect as more than just the daughter of Scrappy and Erica. She had her own voice, her own power, and her own legacy. Scrappy showed restraint and strength, putting family over fame. Erica Dixon stood vindicated, finally freed from the bitter label. Mama D secured her crown once again as a queen of commentary. And Bambi? She was left on the sidelines. A cautionary tale of what happens when you underestimate the child you thought would stay quiet. And if anyone in Atlanta believed the storm had passed, they were lying to themselves, because in Atlanta, secrets don't whisper, they roar. And thanks to Imani, that roar was louder than anything that lady could ever record.